Well, the big game in Division 1 today was undoubtedly Falkirk's meeting with Dundee at Brockville, a match which attracted a 9,300 crowd. A Falkirk victory would all but clinch promotion. After taking just 1 point from their opening 4 matches of the season, the Bairns have lost only 3 of the next 32. Dundee, 4 points behind this morning, simply couldn't afford to lose it. The commentator is Jock Brown.
There's only one change in that Falkirk lineup from last week. The strength of John Hughes is preferred to the craft of Peter Hetherston in midfield. Otherwise, that's a familiar-looking team with a very experienced central defence, where Brian Whittaker is joined by Peter Godfrey. The 33-year-old central defender was signed last month on a free transfer from St Mirren. He's played 15 Premier Division matches this season. Dundee welcome back goalkeeper Tom Carson after injury, and the skipper Gordon Chisholm returns after suspension at the expense of young Mark Trade. In midfield, Stephen Frail drops out, and 20-year-old Grant McMartin is the replacement. And there's a place again for Cammy Fraser, signed on a free transfer from Wraith Rovers last month. He has returned for a second spell with Dundee, having also played for Hearts and Rangers. And the man in charge is the man who will handle the Tennant Scottish Cup final next month, David Syme from Rutherglen. So Falkirk defending a very impressive home record in the First Division this season. Only defeat in 1991 here in the league was against Wraith Rovers, way back on the 16th of February, a shock 2-0 defeat. But that apart, they have been formidable opponents for any visiting side here at Brockville. And Dundee coming here with a very tough task in hand. They have to do something. They have a 4-point gap between themselves and Falkirk at this stage. The game in hand, right enough. Dundee operating a 3 central defender system. Stainrod being marked by Chisholm. That's good play, releasing May on the right. The chance now for Falkirk. McGivern's in the middle, he was pushed by Jimison. Well, the referee waves aside, appeals for a penalty kick. Willie Jimison will be relieved, I think. A good ball played in here by Eddie May. McGivern going for it. The referee clearly decided he tripped himself. Here's Keith Wright. Out Campbell. Smith getting back. Corner kick's been given. Willie Jimison making his way there, number 5, to the goal line, with Chisholm hovering at the edge of the box. Our clearance from McQueen gives the throw now to Dundee. Headed away by Godfrey. And driven in by Beattie. That's a very dangerous ball played in by Stuart Beattie. It needed only a touch inside the 6-yard box to be converted into a goal. Coming in there to hit that with tremendous power, right across the bows of Gordon Marshall. Jimist again very commanding in the air. The last touch was by Duncan Campbell, so that's a Falkirk throw. Tommy McQueen has made such an excellent impact since his transfer from West Ham United this season. Headed away there by Chisholm, only as far as Eddie May. Good play by May, and an excellent save by Carson. Well, a piece of play born out of the tremendous confidence which is currently felt by Eddie May, sidestepping Gordon Chisholm, trying to chip that to the far corner, and Carson did well. So Stainrod with the corner kick. Good goalkeeping there by Carson. Plenty of pressure being applied inside the box. John Hughes is the player crashing through a ruck of players to try to get on the end of that. Godfrey trying to release McGivern. Well, Jimison was quick enough there, although he had cover provided by Cammy Fraser. A well-controlled layoff by Campbell. This is Denny. Good running by Campbell. There's Dodds! What a brilliant save from Marshall. The danger's still not over. Here's Beattie looking for Keith Wright. Whittaker was there. This is Mick Williams. Well, a real reminder there for Falkirk about the danger which can be posed by Dundee. And this was Absolutely outstanding wing play by Duncan Campbell, which set up the move. Just look at the way he takes on Tommy McQueen, makes for the byline, pulls over an excellent cross for Billy Dodds to try to direct that header beyond Gordon Marshall, who was quick going to his right. Right to Dodds. These two not getting a great deal of service in the match so far. Here's Stuart Beattie. Trying to angle in the cross for Wright. There's Keith Wright! And a brilliant block by Marshall. Saved the day for Brian Whittaker. Well, that may well have been the best chance of the match so far. The ball played in here by Beattie. It should have been cleared by Brian Whittaker, but he got into something of a fankle. Wright was in behind him swiftly, but look at the quality here of the block from Marshall. Played back in by Chisholm. There's Billy Dodds, and that was just inches wide. Well, that really was as close as you could come. The ball played right to the far corner of the penalty box. Played in first time towards Billy Dodds. He spun there to shoot that just past the uprights. Head flick on from Hughes. There's McGibbon. Now McWilliams, tackled well by Denny. Campbell, needing help from Denny. Denny again through the middle. Peter Godfrey realised that Keith Wright was racing in. He was very careful with the headed pass back. Is Eddie May in the break now for Falkirk? That's for McGibbon. And it was won by Chisholm, who was fouled by McGibbon in the end. But it was excellent defending by the Dundee captain. It was a question of having to reach this first. There was Eddie May. He was fouled all right by Fraser, but the advantage will apply because McGibbon was in for a shot at goal until Chisholm arrived at the last second. Smith playing it up the line. Target was Steinrod. Back with Steinrod again. There's McGibbon. Header goes straight to Hughes. And McMartin, full stretch, concedes the corner kick. Well, the Dundee defence has coped pretty well so far, despite being under some intense pressure. That's played in by Alec Taylor, helped on by McWilliams. Beautifully held by Carson. Well, a very important, confident catch by the Dundee keeper. It was a head flick on from McWilliams, which made life so difficult. And in that crowd area, that's brave goalkeeping. With Wright's header, here's Dodds. Always prefers the ball on the ground, Billy Dodds. Good running by Beattie. Right out of space. Kept waiting, I think, for Gary Smith to make a tackle. And the young fullback couldn't be tempted. Good defending. Handball against Gordon Chisholm. Free kick to Falkirk. Whittaker playing it short. Taylor has Smith free on the right. Here's Steinrod. Played across by Eddie May. Up goes McWilliams. They have the chance this time. Driven wide by Godfrey. Falkirk trying to keep the pressure on. Dodds back helping in defence. Trying to swerve that up the line for Duncan Campbell. Well, there was undoubtedly a chance there for Falkirk inside the penalty area when the ball was played across deep from the right by Eddie May, headed on by McWilliams, and there was Peter Godfrey at a very tight angle looking for support in the middle. Space for McWilliams, taking on Denny. Headed away by Fraser. This is Campbell again. Ball reaches Steinrod. Fine play by Steinrod. Here's Eddie May. Well, that needed someone coming in on the far post. It was a good ball by Eddie May. He's entitled to feel disappointed, I think. But look at the class here of Steinrod as he gets away from Shannon, measures the pass wide for Eddie May. And that's certainly what a dangerous ball played in. Neatly played by Hughes. Steinrod so adept at holding the play up like that. Strength and control combined. A clash there involving Taylor and McMartin. A head clash there, always a moment of concern. But Grant McMartin has left the field for Dundee. Blood coming from a head wound. So he is out of the action, at least for the moment. So the throw by McQueen finds Whittaker. He's getting up to the chance for Eddie May. Well, Falkirk's best chance, I think, of the first half. Disappointment for Eddie May, who's been so prolific in front of goal. Free kick played in there by Whittaker. Well won by Hughes. Now, I don't think Eddie May realised just how much time he had there, snatching at the shot. And the half-time whistle is gone as the two number 10s clash there. It's been a tough, torrid first half. Billy Dodds had one header brilliantly saved by Marshall, then drove one narrowly past the post. And while Falkirk have had more of the play in the first half, it's been Dundee who have carried the greater goal threat, with Keith Wright also bringing up a great save from Gordon Marshall. But Simon Steinrod has been the man causing most trouble to Dundee's defence, leading the Falkirk line brilliantly. At half-time at Brockville, it's Falkirk 0, Dundee 0. So Dundee restored to their full complement of 11 players, with young Grant McMartin back for the second half after going off before the interval for treatment to that cut on his head after the clash with Derek Taylor. And the important win there by Taylor. The chase is on. McWilliams getting there first, and it was well blocked by Carson. Well, terrific goalkeeping there by Tom Carson. Realised he's out of his penalty area, made the challenge with his feet. Beattie to Shannon. Keith Wright's return. That's good play from Dundee. And Whittaker getting there just in time as Campbell came in, but Dundee will keep this in play and keep the pressure on the Falkirk defence. Running at McQueen. Here's Dodds. Needs some help. Dundee again. That's well struck. Good effort by Alan Dundee. Looking for his third goal of the season. He hits this with great power. Patiently created, played across by Billy Dodds to Dundee, who set himself here, looked up, tried to pick his spot with his shot, was dipped just over the crossbar. The change made by Falkirk. Eddie May has gone off, and Peter Hetherston has replaced him. Here's McGibbon, brought down by Dundee at the edge of the penalty area. Well, the Dundee defence thought there should have been an offside decision against Sam McGibbon. The linesman on the far side disagreed. This is a very good chance from a set piece for Falkirk. So Steinrod over the ball with Peter Hetherston also looking to become involved, number 12. Here's Steinrod. Carson's positioning made that elementary. He did well, the experienced Dundee goalkeeper. Godfrey coming to meet that, shouting to John Hughes to leave it alone. Hetherston rocked by Beattie. That's good play by Stuart Beattie. Being held all the way by Gary Smith. Well, Stuart Beattie complaining, I think, that he was fouled at least twice by Gary Smith. The referee indicating that he allowed the advantage rule because Beattie was still driving forward, but gave the free kick when he went down in the end. The referee satisfied with the positioning of the wall, though it scarcely looks 10 yards away. Beautifully played in the end by Campbell, and that was the save of the match by Gordon Marshall. Congratulated by McGibbon, and little wonder, here was Shannon running over the top of the ball. Duncan Campbell coming behind him, playing it in with bend and with power, and Marshall saved superbly. Long, deep corner kick. Marshall in a bit of trouble there. The referee's given a goal kick. Marshall relieved about that, I reckon. Jimison was right in the thick of that move. Another man who started his career as a striker with Hibernian. Hetherston helps it on. Hughes wins that from Beattie. Fraser. Well, Kenny Fraser's been perfectly solid at the back defensively for Dundee. Some of the distribution has been lower quality than he would like. Played in by Chisholm. Right, beaten by Godfrey. Breaks down now for McMartin on the run. That was blocked by McQueen. McQueen again with the clearance. Hetherston beaten the ball by Chisholm. McQueen's clearance. There's McWilliams. Chisholm again lofting it forward. Gary Smith heading the ball wide, but Dodds reacting quickly. Former Chelsea striker. Hetherston down towards Smith, but it's won back by Shannon. Put in by Beattie. Keith Wright getting up there, the chance for Campbell! Well, he was put off in the act of shooting by Tom McQueen. But Duncan Campbell, thoroughly frustrated, I've no doubt. It was Keith Wright who did well, putting Marshall under pressure. Campbell coming in, but McQueen sliding in, appeared to put him off, and the ball goes over the top. Well, Duncan Campbell coming so close on two occasions in the last few minutes. Here's Gary Smith. Well, the ball has spent a great deal of time in the air this afternoon. There's Keith Wright keeping on the deck for Campbell. A chance now for Dundee. Dodds breaking the left. Campbell has gone through the middle. Wright is also there. The breaks back to Campbell this time. What does he have to do? Gordon Marshall with a smile on the face, and no wonder Duncan Campbell really must be wondering if he got out of the bed on the right side this morning. Here was Billy Dodds trying to win this by himself. It came off between, blocked by Marshall. He beat it away from Wright, and there was Duncan Campbell. It came back off the post. Falkirk's throw, they're in a hurry now. Here's Stainrod. Can either side conjure up a dramatic winner before the end? Falkirk have a chance on this corner. Well into injury time now. Possibly the last chance of the match for either side to snatch a victory. There's Stainrod. Carson doing well, getting some help from Keith Wright. Indeed it was the last attack of the match. Falkirk putting pressure on towards the end. But it must be said that Dundee had the cleaner-cut chances once again in that second half, and Duncan Campbell in particular, three great scoring efforts within about 3 minutes in the middle of that second half. the last of these coming back off the inside of the post. It was tough, it was very difficult indeed for both sides. The ball spent a lot of time in the air, it was very tense indeed. But I reckon at the end of the day, both sides very well settle for what they have. What they have is a point apiece. It's Falkirk 0, Dundee 0.
Gordon, it looks as though the hair's getting a little bit greyer. How much more of this can you stand?
I've still got it all, Jock. That's the one thing in my favour. I think it'll be white by the end of the season. It's very tense at the moment. I think there's 6 teams involved and everybody's looking over their shoulder at everybody else. And I think that'll continue right to the end.
You seem fairly relaxed. Does that suggest that you're not too unhappy to leave here with a point?
I was pleased to come away with a point. It was important we didn't lose today. But to be honest, I felt we deserved to win the game. Their goalkeeper was voted man of the match. I think we had the better chances in the game, and it's just unfortunate on the day that one didn't go in for us.
Well, Duncan Campbell had 3 great efforts in the middle of that second half. Then you took him off before the end. How does the young man like that cope with his misfortune?
Well, he's a very good finisher. Normally in normal situations, like in the reserves, he scored about 20 goals in 20 games, and he's a lethal finisher. But maybe the nervous situation just got the better of him. The only reason we took him off was a fresh pair of legs at the end, and Albert Craig's always liable to pop a goal in for us in the last 20 minutes, so it was just a wee gamble we took.
You were waiting obviously anxiously for the Airdrie result. That must have been something of a blow to you, was it?
Well, when I got in, somebody said Airdrie had drew, and then I got the result they scored in the last minute. But that's part and parcel of football. Maybe it'll be our turn next week, who knows?
How are you coping with the build-up to this big climax of the season? It is vital, of course, for Dundee to go up, is it not?
Yeah, it's very vital. It's an old cliche, though. You know, we only take one game at a time, and that's the only way you can really look at it. I think if you look too far ahead, you get caught up in among it and your head's buzzing. We've just tried to take one game at a time and hopefully look after that. But we're now at home for the next 2 weeks, so it's important we put pressure on people now.
Well, it goes well for you. Thanks very much, Gordon.
Thanks, Jock.